Yeah, I'm recording now, bro.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. So, what is it that I want to discuss with you all on today is something that I'm pretty sure I know I haven't shared with you guys, and you guys may not be aware, but it's looking at the overall strength of a given currency. Okay, and again, how does that correlate with your other currency pairs within the market? Okay, and then by you understanding the strength or the direction of a single currency, remember that one currency is tied to all the other currency pairs. So then, let's just say we look at the US dollar. The strength of the US dollar, if you see that it's weakening, then you got UCAD, that's going to drop. UJ, that's going to drop. Then if we flip it and you go with the Euro USD, that's going to go up. If you go with the NZD, that's going to go up. GU, that's going to go up. So again, it's all about correlation. I actually missed out on making money on two trades. I looked at it before going to bed or before going to work, and I said, okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit. And because I wasn't willing to take the trade, I lost out on some money on yesterday. So I wasn't too happy myself. But again, it's always a lesson learned, because again, when you have the correlation, when it comes all in alignment, that's giving you confirmation to go ahead and take the freaking trade. All right. So with that being said, again, I'm going to go over that with you guys so you guys can really then get a sense of how the market moves in correlation to the strength of the single index. But before we get into that, how is everybody doing within the academy? Let me get a feel from where everybody is. Did everybody complete the IML basics? Have you moved on to the intermediate section? Let me know where you guys are.
Yeah, I'm still on basics for now, bro. I'm gonna try to get one or two videos for that intermediate by this weekend. I'll update you on how hold me accountable, bro.
Okay.
I started the harmonica scanner, watching videos off my phone. I download the app. I Market Live TV. Um, so I just started. It was like an hour long. I didn't really get it too much. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but I got to keep watching it to work it down more. Cause then I'm gonna bring my laptop home and try to do what he does, and maybe I could catch it that way. Um, but that's what I'm at right now.
Okay.
Let me mute myself. Hold on a second.
Yeah, let me know if you can talk, JR. How about you, bro? How are you going through with the IML Academy?
I'm on the I didn't go to intermediate yet. I'm doing a tactical analyst. Um, only reason you should do the tactical analyst first anyway, because that actually goes over how to use TradingView, which is why I went there before going to the intermediate. Because once you go into the intermediate, I think they already using TradingView,
Gotcha.
which is why I went that route.
Smart guy, smart guy. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. And I know, Devin, you can't talk, so that's perfectly fine. Just, what I'm saying, Devin, just feel free to reach out to me whenever you're available. Let me know if you need any help understanding any of the details of going through the academy. Let me type in this group chat right now, make sure everybody can be on. All right, perfect, perfect. So again, guys, what I'm going to go over with you guys today is looking at an index. And again, how does that correlate to other pairs in the market? So I'm going to share my screen with you all real quick. Over here. All right, your boy has been really wanting to get in tune with these harmonic patterns, bro. So I've just been dialed in for like the last couple of weeks, really, really, really trying to get into it, get in tune with it. So let's break this down. So what we're looking at is essentially, this is the currency pair that we're looking at, or not currency pair, I'm sorry, this index that we're looking at. We're looking at the dollar index. Okay, the way you will look at the US dollar currency index, you're going to type in DXY. All right, that's DXY within TradingView. All right, you're looking at the dollar index. Now, every currency has its own index. All right, every currency has its own index, where essentially by you looking at the index, it's pretty much telling you the strength of the dollar. It's the same thing when it comes to our US economy. People look at, people are going to look at the NASDAQ. People are going to look at the S&P 500 to really get a sense of, okay, how well is the U.S. economy doing? So whether it be, within the automotive industry, within the tech industry overall, they're going to be looking at that, okay? So similar when it comes to currency, all right, you have this index that you can really gauge you can really gauge the strength of that given currency. Now, keep in mind, guys, is this, all right, we have currency pairs. Okay, now if you guys have gone through the academy, let's type this up a little bit. I'll spend some time, make sure everybody get it. All right, when you have currency pairs, you essentially on one side of that, on that pair, you have the major. Okay, and then on the other side, you have the minor. All right, currencies. All right, so this is essentially how your currency pair is read. Like, so for instance, if we look at the USD JPY, which is what we're going to look at, your US dollar in this currency pair is considered your major, and the minor is considered the Japanese yen. Okay, so for instance, again, we're looking at the dollar. All right, if the US dollar is strong, okay, then this is going to lead to, let's just say, a bullish market, meaning that it's going to go up. All right, and then it'll be the same thing, vice versa. All right, so again, looking at this currency pair, because the US dollar is the major one, if we see in our index that the US dollar is strong, then this is going to tell me that the USD JPY is going to go up. Okay, and then the same thing, vice versa. Now, looking at the Japanese yen, or the minor currency pair, okay, if this is strong, all right, it's going to lead to a bearish market. I'll just say trend. Okay, why? Because again, it's pretty much vice versa. All right, so when you're looking at your minor currency pair, if this is getting stronger, that means it's getting stronger than the US dollar, then this means this currency pair is going to go down. All right, it's going to go down. So essentially, they have a yin and yang type effect to one another, where essentially they're responding differently, right? So again, keep this in mind, guys. When you're looking at a currency pair, no two currencies are going to be strong at the same time, right? One has to do one or the other. Okay, remember, whenever we're making an exchange in the currency market, all right, whenever you make that exchange, there's a loser, there's a winner. All right, that table sometimes flip-flop like a seesaw. Okay, so we need to make sure that if we're gonna, buy the U.S. dollar or from this currency pair, we want to make sure that we're in an uptrend for the U.S. dollar, that the U.S. dollar is actually strong. All right, does everybody get that? Let me know if you have any questions on that. All right, I believe guys should have seen this in the Basics Academy, where they break down the terminology of major and minor currencies. Okay, so let's now look at this index a little bit. All right, so there's a lot within this Elliott wave structure here I can really go over. but I won't go over that right now. Essentially, what you see overall, however, is that we're in a full uptrend, looking at the overall view, okay? But what I want to go over with everyone is essentially, again, going over the correlation and how if you look at the US dollar index, and if you can see where this is going to go, then you can pretty much look at the other US dollar currency pairs and then you can dictate where those are going to go. All right. So let's look at this. So for those of you that know, right, we learn about harmonic patterns. Okay, I won't go over the details of the harmonic of this bat pattern right here. All right, but again, I recommend that you all go on IML TV. You guys also have the harmonic pattern section within the IML Academy. Okay, so go over that. I guarantee you it'll be of value to you in your trading. Trust me when I say that. Okay, so what I recognize is I was looking at my chart and I've been practicing how to mark up harmonic patterns, and I recognized that this was forming on the DXY. All right. So again, it doesn't really matter if it's a currency pair or index, it's still a similar behavior. Okay. So if I was to, so I marked this up, and what I'd like to do is I draw this green box of where price could eventually reverse. And then as you guys see, eventually the market, it reached this box or this reversal zone that I drew up, this green area. And then the market began to reverse down. Like this right here was a big bearish candle, all due to news. All right, this was all related to news being released on yesterday. Now watch this. Because I saw that the US dollar index was getting weak, okay, now it was going to reverse. I can now go to my USD JPY, and guess what ends up happening? It then begins to reverse in the same time frame as we saw the US dollar index reverse. So you guys see that correlation? All right, again, it was going up just with the US dollar index, and it came down with the US dollar index. So again, that's great correlation if you can really understand where the currency, the strength of the overall currency is actually headed. All right, then you can literally be able to take apart the foreign exchange market and really take apart these currency pairs and be, yep, all right, I know what you should be doing next. And then that way you can have confidence in your trading. So JR, you asked me the question, bro, in regards to where I got in at. Right, okay, if you see my screen, again, I have marked up this bat harmonic pattern. So then I drew my green box here as my reversal zone. And literally, as you can see, the market just wicked my entry point at 114. All right, so this is where I put my sell limit at, Sam. Bad boy hit 114. You see it literally just wicked it, and then it shot right back down. And so right now, JR, I'm still in this trade. I got my stop loss. Let me move this. Change my coordinates. I think I got my stop loss here. Yep. So now I got my stop loss in profit. I'm already up 40 pips with my stop loss. So if this decides to revert back up, I'm cool. It's gonna hit my stop loss in profit now. So if it comes up, that's fine. I take my money and I'm gone. But if it continues to go back down, which it does have more room to do before it hits this trend line, I'm just gonna ride this bad boy all the way down if it decides to do that. Because what ends up happening, guys, remember, we talked about trends. We talked about trends, okay? Whenever there's a trend in the market, you're going to see this impulse. That impulse is perfect. That's a signal that there is a possibility for a continuation down. So, again, there's always going to be a pullback. Let the market pull back, and then see if the market is going to turn back around and then continue on with the downtrend. So that's the reason why I had to learn, to manage my trade by moving my stop loss and profit. And then I don't even have to worry about my trade anymore. If I see it go down further, guess what? I'm just going to move my stop loss even further down just to secure more profit. And then guess what? The market's going to retrace back up and possibly come back down. I'm going to move my stop loss further down up here in case it ever decides to come back up, and I just take my money. So guys, like I said, you know what I'm saying, by you understanding the overall structure of the index of that particular currency, you then can pretty much come down to the currency pairs and be able to master and see the correlation. Let's look at another one. This one right here, I was mad at yesterday. I was real mad because I had already deleted it. Let me see. I put in trading view. So guys, you can see too, I record all of my trades too. I'm on UCAD. Let me pull this one up. Yeah, so here we go. Here was another bat pattern that I had saw, and I had set my entry level like around 133.20, right? And then the market decided to stretch itself, overextend itself back up before it came back down and dropped. So it hit my stop loss. I was a little bit upset about that. I wasn't on my phone or looking at the market when news hit. But yeah, so it hit my stop loss. I wasn't too happy, and then it just shot down. And as you can see, I would have been in profit. It would have hit my TP1, and I could have easily been in profit by 322. My entry, that's 60, 70 pips right there, where it would have been in profit and hit my TP. So again, money to be had, but I'm not too concerned about it because I marked this up right here to see, again, when the market has an impulse down, it's going to correct itself before it goes back down. So that's what I'm waiting on right now. All right, so I'm going to draw my little trend line here, waiting for this market to come back down. If it comes back up here in this blue zone, I may enter a trade here at the top to catch the rest of this move going down. So this is my goal, or this is my thought. Market's moving like this for the flag pattern. All right, I'm hoping it'll come back up in its zone and then shoot down to finish out the rest of the downtrend. So that's my area that I'm going to look to buy back into this market. Okay, so again, that's two pairs we looked at. Let's look at another one. I was mad I missed this one too. This is USD Swiss. Again, another bat pattern. So you guys see these harmonic patterns work. These harmonic patterns work. Again, another bat pattern. I'm seeing again, US dollar, right? This is our major. If the DXY is tanking, you can pretty much guarantee that your other majors are going to tank as well. And look at this, guys, impulse down. You see that? Impulse down. That was a trade I missed out on. Now let's look at the other pairs where the US dollar is a minor. Again, the minor is going to do the opposite. Okay, so if the US dollar is the minor but it's getting strong, it's getting weaker, then that means that the currency pair is actually going to go up. Look at this impulse move right here on AUD USD. All right, let's look at EU. This is the one I was watching. I literally looked at this trade and I said, oh, I'm gonna wait. And then all of a sudden I waited a little bit too long and the bad boy shot up. Okay, another impulse. Let's look at GU. This was another one. I had this bad boy marked up. I drew this blue zone, told myself, hey, if it reaches this blue zone, I'm going to trade it. Look at this. Came up, impulse move. Now, GU, this bad boy moves a lot. So even though it looks small, it's a lot of pips because it's very volatile. So let's look at this impulse right here from this candle up here. GU moved almost about 100 pips. All right, within just those few hours, it moved 100 pips. Okay, so again, that was money to be made yesterday, but that's cool with me. is actually doing what I want to do now, what I wanted it to do now, but I was not expecting this ugly impulse right here. That's not good. But it may be creating a trend. Move. Maybe follow this, may respect the trend and shoot back up, I guess. But yeah, so as you guys can see, again, just looking at correlation, let's look at NZD. Again, the US dollar in this pair is the minor. So when it gets weak, the NZD gets strong. Look at this, another impulse, boom. All right, look at that, it's another awesome impulse. So as you guys can see, just by looking at the DXY, all right, this is your US dollar index. You can then be able to see how the other currency pairs are going to respond. Okay, so I hope you guys are able to get a lot of value out of this on tonight, because this right here will eventually help with your trading, okay, going forward. All right, any questions? I see I lost some people. I got you, Sam and Devin. Well, all right, guys, look at, man, if no further questions, then that's pretty much it for tonight's training. Seems like you guys can't, really be on the phone right now. So, like I said, I got this recorded, and I'll be sure to forward you guys the recording after this, all right? Again, the purpose of tonight's training was really to go over correlation, so you all can really see the benefits of understanding, how to really gauge where the market is going to go next.
Appreciate you, dog.
No problem. All right, guys. You guys take care. Have a blessed week. And again, feel free to contact me for, any three-way calls. All right. Take care, guys.